Hi, everybody. Welcome to Queers and Soaps. My name is Derek, and today I'm joined by Karen.
As usual.
Yes. And we are back for another episode of This Week on GH. Tommy, roll the credits, and we'll get right into it. So we're covering episodes from September 8th to September 12th, 2025. So this week on GH, Drew woke up. He's fine. He's good. No paralysis, no memory loss, no brain tumor. He's just being awful as normal. There was an explosion at the Five Poppies, and Britt made her grand reappearance in Port Charles.
Yay.
So that's where we're at for this week. So we'll start off with Monday's episode. Alexis and Willow are still freaking out about Scout being missing. Charlotte shows up. New Charlotte actually shows up and confesses to Lulu that she's the reason that Scout is missing because she drove her to the Quartermaines. Since Charlotte is scared while she's on the run and separated from her family, she related to Scout's situation.
Understandable.
Yes. So once Alexis and Willow hear the news, they head to the Quartermaine mansion in a hurry, and they go to the stables, and they find Scout there. Meanwhile, Lulu scolds Charlotte, who's really sorry since she does feel she did the right thing for Scout.
It was funny, though, when they showed Scout, because Cody's like, ta-da! And he steps aside, and Scout's standing there, and it was just so cute. And we're like, oh my God, there she is!
Cody is adorable. I just love him.
Yeah, he grew on me. I hated him in the beginning. I love him now. And I know what you're thinking. Maybe that'll happen with Vaughn. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so at all.
I don't think so.
Especially after this week, gross.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get
there. So Charlotte's willing to accept the consequences of her actions, and Lulu took away her car and grounded her. I think Lulu went a little too far, but
little?
Yeah.
I think she went super overboard. I think she was being ridiculous. I think she's trying to assert her parental role a little too hard with Charlotte. And I think even when Charlotte starts talking about later and we get there, like, she's just like, I never lived like a normal child. I'm not like a normal child. And Lulu is just like, yep, you're a teenager and I get to tell you what to do. I'm like, Lulu, come on.
Oh, Scout questions why Danny didn't want to see her anymore, and Molly explains to her about the restraining order, and that was really sweet. Molly did a really good job the way she handled that.
Yes.
Yeah. Scout doesn't understand why Drew doesn't want her to see her family. Poor Scout. I feel so bad for her.
All she knows is her mother died, her life has been in upheaval, and now she can't even see her brothers or her aunts or her grandmother, and she just doesn't understand any of it, and it's mean.
Yeah, Cody also tries to soften the blow and suggests that Drew might realize that he's making a mistake, but Drew's not going to realize that.
No, he's awful.
Yeah. So Scout is also reassured that Drew is being well taken care of in the hospital, and then Alexis and Willow finally arrive. Scout hugs her grandma and wants to go with her, but Willow convinces her to go with her to a sleepover at Liz's house. Although Molly is praising Cody for handling Scout very well, she does end whatever there's going on between them and so they should part ways.
Yeah, he said, so does this mean now you're going to answer my text messages? And she's like, yeah, if there's an emergency, but don't text me.
Yeah.
And that hurt my feelings.
Me too. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to ship Molly and Cody, like a little bit, but like I'm not like hardcore fan, but like it's not something I'm against.
I think they're kind of cute together. I would like to see where it goes.
So we're at Alexis' house, and Ava's complaining about all Rick's phone calls and missed phone calls and text messages and so that sort of thing.
Who knew a high-powered lawyer got emails and phone calls?
Right? Like, yeah, Rick's a popular guy. Who knew?
Ava's like, he didn't have friends. Who are these people?
Yeah, right? So they drug Rick with sleeping pills off screen, and Christina and Ava use his finger to unlock his phone so they can change his password to 66666.
What did you change the password to? And she goes, what did you think I did? 66666.
Can you remember that? And Ava's like, I'll try. Their back and forth was so funny. Oh my god!
I know
that I would enjoy Christina in a scene, but Mara West just has that ability to make you like enjoy everybody in the scene with her.
Yep, she's a good scene partner. I think that Kate Mansi was doing great. I loved it. It was really fun, and everybody looked like they were having a good time.
Oh yeah, it was really fun. And then Alexis comes in and like they continue to bicker about how to forward the email. It was really funny.
People was like, "That's too schmaltzy. He wouldn't say that." And
right.
And Christina's like, "It's his daughter, the only person who likes him." And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, there are also concerns about Elizabeth and Willow looking
Willow,
for yeah, because Willow is Richard's Willow's lawyer, obviously. So Ava says she has a plan to kill two birds with one stone. So we're in Anna's office, and she spoke with Chase and Dante about the investigation. Maybe they'll solve this case. I don't have faith, though.
Chase and Dante are the worst cops ever. Really bad detectives. They shouldn't even be on this. How can Dante question his own brother? That's
insane. And how can Chase? Last week he interrogated his own wife. That's not going to work. I mean,
none of this would fly in court.
They both recuse themselves due to conflict of interest. Like, I don't understand why they can't find somebody else.
Because any lawyer would go in front of the judge and be like, "Ma'am, Your Honor, the lead detective is my client's brother."
Yeah,
like
it
doesn't make any sense. This is soap logic at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
Garcia, where are you?
So suspects include Alexis, Will, Michael, and Nina. Curtis is also considered as a possible suspect, along with Tracy. But Chase had faith that Tracy generally just found Drew and called for help. So Tracy's kind of off the list. Nonetheless, Anna thought it's possible that Tracy could be covering for another person who actually was responsible.
It was funny because Anna was like, Tracy is 100% capable of shooting somebody. But I don't think she did it in this case.
Yeah. I mean, good luck to them. I don't think it's going to happen. Sorry, guys.
They're never going to solve this one.
No, I think Lily will solve the case before y'all do. Sorry.
Oh, God. She's the worst. She's the worst reporter ever. All her questions are so obvious, and like she's not subtle. She's like a brick through a window.
So Liz calls Anna to let her know that Drew is waking up. He was out for like 2 days? Like, come on.
Well, he had surgery. He wasn't in a coma.
Yeah, I know, but he was like, unconscious for not very long. So he's already up and about and being evil again. Awesome.
He woke up evil. He was like, "Good morning. How can I use this to screw over Michael?" And I was like, "What the hell, dude?"
Oh my God. And I was just like, can't we get a break from Drew? Can't we get like
He wasn't even happy he was still alive or that he survived.
I know. I'm like, and Portia saved his life, and he's like, doesn't even care. He's like, whatever.
He's like, "Oh, hey, Portia, thanks for saving my life. I'm still blackmailing you. Do what I want." And she's like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Oh my God. Like,
even Lucas is like, "What the hell?" And Liz is like, "Shouldn't you be grateful that you're alive?" Get out of here.
Oh my God. It was horrible.
It was horrible, but it was amazing.
I am upset about this because Drew finally got shot. There's finally a whodunit going on in General Hospital, but there's literally no payoff. Drew, not yet anyway. Drew is still
too soon for the payoff.
It's always too soon. It's never going to happen.
Also, one of the things that can happen after surgery is you can throw a clot. Mm-hmm. And they could be holding that in their little hip pocket. They seem to be focusing on more medical stuff currently, which I love. I know. I feel like I made that suggestion and they did it, but they didn't. They chose on their own. So he could have an event. He could be poisoned in the hospital and make it worse. There's a lot of things that could happen. If it doesn't happen and it's just he gets better and then goes back to terrorizing the town, I'm going to start calling this man Rasputin because nothing can keep him down. Mm-hmm. Like he's taking bullets, like he's been drugged, he's just popping back up.
All right, so we're in Brennan's office now. He's barking orders over the phone in hopes of saving Jocelyn and Vaughn, your favorite person. Colette is also being grilled by Brennan. Brennan arranged a video call with Valentine, and he finds out that Colette used to work for Cesar Faison as a double agent.
Everyone worked for everyone as a double agent. This is not a surprise to me. But it was so funny to see Valentine with this stupid mustache.
I know. It was so
So dumb. I love him so much. I can't wait to.
I told Valentine that Colette was the one who shot him. So that's when he finally was like, "Yeah, Colette used to work for."
Guess what? I didn't shoot you. Colette shot you. She's the one that took the pot shot at you.
Me for no reason, asshole.
Yeah, but that's why Valentine gave him the information. It's always tit for tat. So he gave a little bit of information, and he wants more information out of Valentine, but Valentine has conditions.
Right. Valentine wants to arrange a visit with Charlotte, which we'll get into a little bit later. But he also wants it in person. He doesn't want a video chat. So I mean,
Jack was like, I can set up a video chat, no problem. And he's like, nope, I want her to come here.
So anyway, we're at the Five Poppies. Pascal informs Jocelyn and Vaughn that they were going to be test subjects, which meant they'd be exposed to radiation. So meanwhile, Jason is ready to leave with Britt, but she can't leave because she has an ankle monitor on her. Her ankle? Yeah. Did I say ankle monitor on ankle? Okay.
I was gonna let it go, but it was too funny the way you said it.
It was really funny. Well, because I said ankle monitor, then I was like, on her ankle.
She had an ankle monitor on her wrist. It was very strange.
Right, yeah, very strange. Yeah. Anyway, so this ankle monitor would also cause a lab to explode if she left.
It's like tripped if she leaves the room.
So,
and Jason's just like, I'll just disarm it. And she goes, do you know how to disarm one of these things? And he's like, no, but I can figure it out. And she's like, have you ever disarmed a bomb? And he's like, a few. And she wants to call Spinelli, which was so funny.
That was hilarious. I loved it.
She's like, can you get Spinelli?
I love the scenes together because Britt's trying so hard to fight her feelings for Jason. It's so and Kelly is killing it. Kelly T-Bud. Oh my God.
Every time he's not looking at her, she is looking at him longingly. And then he looks at her and she scowls at him. It's really cute.
So Britt's left alone when Pascal returns and says that they're moving locations since the site had been compromised. Britt learns that she wouldn't be going along with him, and it's so when Pascal starts to trigger the explosion for an hour. Meanwhile, Jason fights with the guards while Vaughn reaches for a dropped knife in hopes of freeing himself along with Jocelyn.
You missed the most important part of that, that Jason left Britt to go help Carly's daughter.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And this is the crux of the problem in their relationship, is that Britt believes, rightly so, that Jason will always choose Carly and her family over her. And that's why she's always mad at him.
And she's correct. Yes.
Yeah, she is correct. But he left her there. He just heard about Jocelyn and he raced out of the room without even saying, I'll be right back. Like, he was just like gone. And then she was trapped there with the ankle monitor and she started trying to disarm it herself before Pascal showed up. So like, she was like, this man not coming back. I got to do it myself.
Right. So Jason takes down one guard. He's facing off another one. And then he's in a chokehold. And that was Monday's cliffhanger. So we are at GH again, and Drew is awake and asking for Willow, and he learns through Elizabeth that she was with Scout. Drew finds out that Portia saved his life, which we talked about, and then Dante arrives. Yeah, he doesn't care. Dante arrives to question Drew about what he remembered. Drew reflects about getting shot, but he pouring a drink and then removing Willow's engagement ring. Well, Lila's ring, technically.
Yeah, Lila's ring.
Thank you very much. And then Dante wonders what's in his safe, so Drew flashes to seeing blackmail material and says the cops didn't have permission to look in his safe.
There was like important confidential papers. And I know Dante was like, blackmail shit? And he's like, you can't have it. He's like, you don't have permission.
Well, you know that Tina and Kai have destroyed it, so.
Well, he probably has other stuff in there too. Like this guy is like an equal opportunity blackmailer. He's not just got stuff on Portia.
In that safekeeping, for sure.
I love Portia. I can imagine in that scene with her face was just like, why did I not kill him when I had the chance? I could have just flipped.
Yeah, well, you know what? I respect her for that because she doesn't want to, her oath. She's very about her oath. Hippocratic oath. So.
No, I actually absolutely respect her for it. Like that's what makes like a good character. But also at the same time, sometimes you think, wow, we really could solve all our problems by just slipping just a little bit.
Yeah.
No one would know. It would be an accident.
All right, so Dante asked Drew if anyone would have a motive go after him, and Drew is not hesitant to point the finger at Michael.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't see the shooter. I had my back to him. The last thing I remember is being shot, so he doesn't even remember the second shot. And then Dante's like, well, so who do you think? You don't know who did it? And he goes, oh, I know who did it. Michael did it.
Yeah.
He's like, but you didn't see anybody. And then Dante should have recused himself from the case, but
because that's his brother. Thank you.
It's his freaking brother. Like, it's.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like, the lawyers would walk in and be like, all of the evidence is tainted. Everybody's related to everybody. This is ridiculous. But, you know, again, no proper logic.
No. So we're at the Port Charles Grill, and Michael gives Curtis updates, and he's looking for Jacinda to serve as his alibi. Curtis does give him the name of the agency that she works for, and he remembers it from his previous research on her. So we're in Portia's office. Jacinda is still there, waiting for Portia, who's busy at the hospital, tending to Drew and all other matters.
She's the only member of the staff, like of the head of state. You know, you had chief of staff, you had two, and yet Terry is gone. Terry,
yeah, I don't know.
Come back. Maybe she's on a vacation.
She needs to be back for Britt. Like, come on, like.
Yeah, they have beef. Where is she?
I don't know.
The show needs to get a hold of her and bring her back immediately.
Yeah.
Because it would be so funny if Portia ends up losing the position and then Britt has to step back into co-chief of staff and it's her and Terry hating each other again.
Right, yeah. So Jacinda explains that Drew paid her to stay away from Port Charles, but poor money management has brought her back.
She's like, I had money, but I didn't know what to do with it. Now I have no money. Give me money. And they were like, no. And she's like, so much for girls helping girls. So
since Drew went and got himself a job, it's up to Portia to help her with her financial needs. And Portia's like, she wouldn't be getting any more money from her.
Portia's like, girl, you will go to prison. Like, you will go to prison. This is tantamount to admitting you were involved in the drugging. You can't do that. And she's just so cute because she's just like, I hadn't thought of that. Oh. Jacinda came back with
this actress that plays Jacinda. She
came back with all the personality. Like she had none the last time. She was just kind of like hanging on the one guy's arm and all.
Yeah,
and she came back with all the personality in the world, and I adore her. And if she does end up with Michael, I'm for it.
Yeah, I actually think they are trying to pair them.
I don't think the Quartermains will stand for the whole professional lady as his wife, but who cares? Who cares? The sensible lady turned out to be a nut job, so why not?
So Portia urges Jacinda to claim Drew really bought drugs that evening and when questioned, and then she sends her on her way.
Yeah, because she's like, don't admit the crime, dum-dum.
Right.
She's like, if you admit that all of this happened, you become an accessory to the crime. You're part of this. You'll go to prison.
Yeah. So as Jacinda's leaving, she gets a phone call about a job, so she decides to take it because she is desperate. But little does she know, it's Michael.
Yep.
So Michael waits for Jacinda at the Port Charles Grill, and she arrives. And when they officially introduce themselves, Jacinda is curious about the reason Michael tracked her down, and so he drops a hint to let her to realize that he needs an alibi.
She is his alibi, though. Like, yeah. I know he extends it because he wants the whole night covered because he knows what they're like, but she kind of is his alibi. I don't think he did it. I agree with you. I think he saw who did it.
I think so too.
I think we agree with one another. In agreement.
All right, so Dante arrives and interrupts the conversation, and he says he talked to his brother about questions about Drew shooting. I'm like, your brother.
I love every character that says, I will talk to you with my lawyer present. I love this for the show. I love it so much. It's like, yes, I will speak with the police, but only when my lawyer is present. And every cop is like, well, this just makes you look guilty. And everyone's like, we know how the cops are in this town. Bad at their jobs. And then they get lawyers.
Basically, yes. So in Anna's office, Diana's representing Alexis as her lawyer. Anna gets Alexis to walk through everything she did leading up to the time of Drew's shooting. Alexis was asked about the restraining order and mentioned Curtis's visit to discuss Stella's case. Alexis then claimed she spent 2 hours trying to help Ava and Christina make peace for Avery's sake. Yeah, Anna's going to buy that one.
It was funny, though, because Anna kept trying to ask about different events that happened, and Diane was just like, nope, not going to talk about that. That has nothing to do with anything. And she's like, well, it speaks to motive. And she's like, oh, well, say nothing.
So, yeah, Diane eventually ends the interview since she thought Alexis had provided enough answers to Anna.
She did. She did.
Anna says there's going to be follow-up questions, but Diane acting like Anna had all the info she already needed.
She's like, well, you can call us, but I love Diane so much.
So we're about now. Charlotte is griping about her excessive punishment, and Lulu thinks that her daughter had gotten away with everything for far too long. I don't know, Lulu. I
don't understand this. Why has she suddenly decided to overparent both her children now? Why is she so insecure in her position?
Overcompensating for some weird reason that we're not aware of.
But she's overcompensating in a way that, I was talking about this with my mother earlier. She's overcompensating in a way that forces both of her children to be sneaky. Mm-hmm. Because Rocco, during this week, runs into Obrecht and immediately tells Charlotte not to tell Lulu. Right. And Charlotte talks about her father with Nina on the regular and tells her not to tell Lulu. So they're now forced to hide information from her because she's overparenting them.
Yes, and that's not good.
No, I don't like where this is going. I just don't know what they're doing. I don't think they know what they're doing with Lulu. Mm-hmm. She's kind of all over the place, and it's crazy to me.
Brennan greets Rocco with Outback outside before joining Lulu and Charlotte in the restaurant. Charlotte gives Brennan an attitude before joining Rocco last That was funny. That is classic Charlotte, though, and I did like that they kept her like the same.
Yeah, the new actress, she caught on really quickly. I find her to be entertaining. What's her? Do you know her name? What's her name?
Bluesy Burke. Yeah, I think is her name.
What is it?
Bluesy Burke.
Bluesy?
Yeah, that's her name. Bluesy.
Oh, Bluesy Burke. Okay. Yeah. I think she fit in very quickly, and I like her relationship with Rocco already.
Yeah.
And when she was like mad at Brennan because he put her dad in prison, like that was so accurate to the character. Wonderful.
Yeah. So Brennan informs Lulu about Valentine wanting to see Charlotte at Steinmauer, and in exchange for helping with the WSB, Brennan assures Lulu that Charlotte would be safe, but she refuses to allow this. Brennan takes a call about the situation with Vaughn and Jocelyn before turning his attention back to Lulu. Since Charlotte was Valentine's daughter, that made her valuable. Brennan warns that his help might be needed someday as she continued to pitch for her cooperation in this. Charlotte complains to Rocco about Brennan, like we talked about, and then missing the freedom she had on the run with Valentine. So we're back at the Five Poppies Resort. Britt assumes Pascal was acting on his own when it came to blowing up because he would never want to do this.
Whoever he is, mysterious he.
Yes. So Pascal refuses to free Britt and leaves her in a panic.
Pascal is basically like, yeah, he doesn't know. Too bad. By the time he finds out, you'll be in itty bitty pieces all over the island, and I'll never have to deal with your dumb ass again. And I was just like, wow, Pascal really hates her.
Right?
She must have been the worst. And, we've only seen 2 weeks of her being the worst to Pascal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? This is 6 months in of him dealing with her being a brat, every day, all day. He hates her so much.
I know.
I love her.
So once Jocelyn and Vaughn are free from their restraints, Jocelyn whacks a guard, choking Jason, and knocks him out. Jason stares at Jocelyn, but they're going to wait. He's going to wait to ask her a question because he needs to go save Britt. Jocelyn returns to Britt, who gathered that he could get the ankle monitor off without blowing them both up. Britt pushes Jason to leave for his children's sake. Don't, worry about Danny and Jake. Don't worry about me. But he made it clear that he's going to go down with her if he has to.
Yep.
Jason somehow gets the ankle monitor off, but his time is running out.
Magical, Jason. Magical.
Yeah, Jason can do it all. We know that.
Jason solves all crimes. Even though he's a criminal.
Right. Pascal and some guards try to block Jason and Britt's path as they try to escape, but Vaughn appears and helps them out with his gun.
Boo!
Vaughn saved the day.
Boo!
So Jocelyn, Vaughn, Britt, and Jason all run as they try to escape, and an explosion rocks 5 puppies.
So much for the really nice resort. What about the people who were on vacation, huh?
Yeah.
They're all dead now. So much for your honeymoon.
Fortunately, all 4 of them are unharmed, and they are looking like a little rough from the blast, though. And Britt is appreciative of Jason being her human shield, and then she asks him to get off of her. Oh my god, I love her.
He's like, thanks, but you weigh a ton. Could you move?
Move, right? He's probably like 250, 260.
I
like
know,
all his muscles. Oh my god.
I mean, she's muscular, but she's slim and tall. He is squishing her.
Right? Oh my god.
I hope Steve Burton's having fun.
I do too. Well, this run is amazing with Steve Burton. I love it.
Favorite run ever.
Yeah. So in Anna's office, Marco shows up to defend Michael since Diana is already representing Alexis and it's a conflict of interest. Interesting twist. I wasn't expecting that.
There's no one else at the office. There's only Diane, Alexis, who's a suspect, and Michael, and Marco, who's not a suspect. And Marco hates Michael.
Yes, he does.
He's gonna make this bad for Michael somehow.
I agree. Despite the issues between their fathers, Michael agrees to let Marco represent him for the police interview. Marco does do his job and shuts Anna down, and she threatens to cross over into risky territory in the questioning. As for Drew pointing the finger at him, Michael isn't surprised by this news. However, Michael is adamant that he was not the one who shot Drew. Dante, on the other hand, asks where Michael was that night. Michael mentions that he was with Jacinda and at the Port Charles Grill, and he talked about getting summoned over home because of Wiley's nightmare by Brooklyn.
Yeah, because he left his phone in the car. That story's been consistent so far.
Right. Anna wonders if Michael made any other stops on the way back to the Q mansion, but Michael flashes back to looking fierce and determined as he sat in his car that night, and he told sorry, my eyes are bad, guys. Sorry.
This is why I don't do the reading.
Right.
I'd be like holding it and pulling it close up to my face. I don't know.
I'm sorry. Okay, after the interview is over, Anna tells Dante that he needs to find Jacinda to get her side of the story. Okay, I gotta stop like little print. I need to make bigger print.
You need to make big. Well, Dante doesn't believe his brother's story at all, which again is a ridiculous scenario where he should not be on this case. I think I'm probably going to harp on that.
Yeah.
I hate it. It's so dumb. This would never happen in LA. It's just, I get it. There are no more cops. We haven't seen Taggart in a million years. Garcia vanished years ago. And we haven't hired anyone since Lucky. So I don't know what we're going to do with this police force. And Dex is dead. So we got one new cadet and he died. He became a cop. He was a cop for 2 whole minutes before he was murdered.
Yeah, right.
What happened to his partner in crime? They have some beat cops. Where are those guys?
So we're at the Port Charles Grill. There we go. Port Charles.
At the Port Charles Grill.
Yes. Marco knows the cops would indeed be talking to Jacinda soon, so he told Michael they need to get their story straight. Michael assures Marco that he's going to take care of it. So Brennan also summons Nina for a meeting at the Port Charles Grill where he revealed Valentine is demanding an in-person visit with Charlotte, and he wants her to convince Lulu to do it.
Nina's like, what's this got to do with me?
Right.
I don't have a good relationship with Lulu. I only have a good relationship with Charlotte. Ain't nobody going to listen to me. And he's like, could you try? And she's like, no, leave me alone.
But you know what? I think they had good chemistry. I liked Nina and Brennan together.
I want Nina with Curtis, so
I know you do. But I did pick up on the tension in the chem test. So, I see.
Yeah, I see you. I see.
Mm-hmm. Okay, since Nina and Willow are under suspicion in the Drew case, Brennan hints about the WSB helping them in exchange for this favor.
Yep. He says, I think you're going to need our help real soon.
Yeah.
Because he knows Britt's alive.
He does. Mm-hmm. Yep. So at Lulu's house, she complains to Carly about Brendan being out of line and explain the whole Valentine visit situation that he's trying to arrange. Lulu hadn't told Charlotte since she knew her daughter would want to go.
Carly's like, well, what did Charlotte say?
Mm-hmm.
And Lulu's like, I didn't tell her. And Carly's like, you didn't tell her?
Right.
Carly's like, I've done this mistake. Don't do this.
Carly is the voice of reason.
Again. When did Carly become the voice of reason? She's turning into Bobby.
Yes, she is.
She's turning into her mother, one of the best characters that was ever on the show and had 0 sense up until about 1998.
Yeah.
You ever see Bobby date back in the 80s? Not pretty.
Yeah.
When she dated Noah, she pretended to be blind.
Lulu does appreciate the advice, but she don't want to take it. She's not.
No, she is crazy and in her feels about parenting right now.
Yeah, right.
She thinks everything is a threat to her relationship with Charlotte. It's crazy.
Yeah, you need to relax, Lulu. You need to trust that your kids love you.
Why don't you take a break and maybe take an actual class in journalism? Maybe learn how to interview people on a weekend.
Yeah, something. So at GH, Portia decides that what happened with Isaiah is never going to happen again. Isaiah
lies.
Yeah, Isaiah says he understands that it is complicated due to Portia's family situation and the fact that she's into his boss. Isaiah says he's willing to see where things go between them if Portia changes her mind, but for now, Portia and Isaiah settle on being friends and co-workers. So we'll see.
Sure. She's gonna resist that after Curtis has been treating her like secondhand garbage for a year.
Yeah, right.
And Isaiah's standing there being like, I'm hot, I'm single, why not?
So at the cafe, Kai Taylor gives Trina updates on Drew waking up and decides to go visit him.
Yeah, because they're worried he might remember that they were in the house. Because he hates him now.
Right. But Kai, he kept his cool. I liked that he stood up to Drew and he was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that."
So fake on the phone. I was so impressed with his acting because he just sounded it's really hard to pretend you're bad at acting, and he was just like, yeah, I can come over. Sure." I really enjoyed that actually.
Yeah. So Emma did come along and cover Trina, and Trina confided in her.
They were sweet.
Yeah, it was really sweet. I liked their friendship. Emma defends Portia and says that she was doing what was best for Trina, and Trina is grateful for her willingness to be a friend to her. So that was really
Emma was funny because she's like, "Yo, in the same situation, I can't say I wouldn't have done the exact same thing."
Mm-hmm.
And right. I think she needed to hear that from somebody who wasn't in her immediate circle.
Yes, I agree. So we're back at GH, and Chase wonders if Willow still wants to reunite with Drew. Chase, mind your business. Just go
home. You're drunk.
Go home and take care of your wife.
He's been in one scene with his wife all week, and he was just yelling at her about the case.
Yeah, come on.
He's so mad at her because she doesn't want to adopt a kid because he's obsessed with doing it right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, my house is a mess. Everything's a mess here.
Yeah. Willow acknowledges it's complicated since Drew cost her children, but he could be the person that could help her get him back. Willow, your thinking doesn't make any sense.
Willow's logic is not logic. It's very stupid. I don't understand. This woman went through nursing school. This is not an easy degree to get. And then her brains fell out of her head. Just right out of her head.
Yeah. So Elizabeth also admits to Lucas that she overheard Carly threatening to kill Drew. I love Lucas and Willow's dynamic. It's so fun.
Liz and Lucas are the best friends you never knew you needed. And I love their chemistry's off the charts every time.
Yeah, it really is. So if the cops ask Elizabeth, would have to tell them that, but Lucas brushes off Carly's comments, and she often makes threats like this.
Lucas is just like, Carly threatens people every day, Liz. She doesn't kill all of them, and in fact, she would hire Sonny to kill them, so it wouldn't be her anyway.
Right, exactly. So meanwhile, in Drew's room, Curtis points out that he has no evidence of Michael's guilt. Drew acknowledges that that was true and suggests that for all he knew, the shooter was Curtis.
Did you notice Curtis playing with his IVs and stuff to
Yes, I did.
like threaten? Like he's like, "You're in a bed. You're trapped here," and he's like touching his IVs and stuff. I'm like, Curtis, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is definitely interesting.
It was an interesting thing to see. That's why I paid attention to it. I don't
agree.
know where it's going to go, but I did see that as a dig, as a threat.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, people who are watching?
Yes. What do you think that meant? Was it foreshadowing?
Is it foreshadowing or just him being threatening?
Yeah, one or the other. All right. So let's see. Where were we?
I always throw you off your game.
It's not you, it's my eyes. Okay, so Lucas comes in and examines Drew. He asks Lucas if he could be paralyzed, but he passes the examination. He can curl his toes, and he felt everything he needed to feel during the exam. Lucas tells Drew about Portia saving his life, like we mentioned, and Drew doesn't care.
He's like, you know what I care about? Screwing everyone in town.
Yes.
And Lucas is like, you could chill for a few days. Damn, you just got shot. He's
Right.
like, I don't care.
So that's when Kai shows up, and Drew asks him for a favor. Drew wants Kai.
Immediately asks him to do something illegal, and Kai is like, "What are you doing?"
Right.
He's like,
Kai's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not going into your house. It's a crime scene.
It's a crime scene. It's still taped off. They're not done investigating. He's like, I'm sure if you ask them, they'll let you in. He's like, what? No.
Oh.
Unbelievable.
Well, then he says, Kai, you can sneak in, and then Kai says, I'm not comfortable doing that. So I was like, good for you, Kai.
He was like, can you commit crimes for me? And Kai was like, nah.
Nah.
No, I don't think
good
so.
For you, Kai. Good for you.
Yeah, grow a backbone, kid.
Then Kai says, is there anything else I can do for you? I do kind of like that Kai still wants Drew to think he's on his side, though.
Yeah.
I think
it was a smart thing to do to ask him if there was an alternative he could do.
Right.
And he's like, bring me Willow.
Yes. And Drew says he can bring him Willow. Yep.
On a plate.
So back with Elizabeth, she tells Will that Rick is on a digital detox. She just got his email, and Willow panics.
She's like, I have bad news for you.
And Willow panics because Rick is her lawyer to help.
But did you notice that Liz was immediately like, that's not really like Rick to do that.
Yeah, she did say that. Mm-hmm.
They're not going to be able to get away with this for too long. I just think that Rick's on vacation.
Right. So I don't wonder if Willow's going to find a lawyer. I think the custody thing's
Scotty
back anyway because the judge is.
It's going to be Scotty.
Oh, I hope so. That'd be cool.
Look! All the lawyers in town are engaged in the shooting investigation.
Or shooting.
Who's the only other lawyer that Elizabeth knows that she would call in?
Scott Baldwin. There you go. I love it.
That's my speculation. I should have saved that for later. But listen.
No,
Scotty.
it's fine. Perfect.
Scotty. Should be Scotty. I want Scotty back on the canvas now that Liesel's here so badly.
Me too.
I hope Ken had a good summer and he's feeling great and he comes back.
Yes. All right. So Kai tells Willow that Drew wants her, and then Willow puts the blinds up as she prepares to talk to him. Chase tries.
She's so grossed out by him, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. It was funny. So Chase tries to question Curtis about the shooting, but Curtis refuses to cooperate without a lawyer.
Best line ever. You forget, I used to be a cop.
Right.
I will get a lawyer. And he's like, well, you're going to look bad. And he's like, I will get a lawyer. Thanks, GH, for letting everybody know they have right to a lawyer and they shouldn't speak to the cops without one. I love that for them.
Well, Chase also realizes that Stella needs to be questioned as well. So good for you, Chase, for figuring that out.
Chase, leave Stella alone.
So we're in Anna's office, and Curtis brings Martin in as his legal counsel, and he answers questions about the night where he was the night Drew was shot. Curtis acknowledges that he is not on good terms with Drew, and he has not been on good terms with Drew for a very long time, but he makes it clear that he is not the shooter.
Yeah, and he gives his timeline of where he is, and he corroborates part of Alexis's alibi because he did go to speak with her, which is what was in hers. So they're starting to overlap.
Right.
There's still space in there because everybody's lying, but like there's space in there. But his alibi is starting to be corroborated.
Until arrest is made, Curtis wants to give the appearance of a strong marriage with Portia and avoids tipping on off that they have problems. So Portia does agree to this. So I don't think she's happy about it.
I don't think she's happy about it, but I feel like she feels like she owes Curtis this because he's guilt tripped her into believing that everything is her fault and he had nothing to do with anything. Curtis, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, I brought Drew's wrath down on us, but you blackmailed somebody so he had something on us, and then I had nothing to do with it. It was all your fault. And she's like, yeah, it was all my fault. I'm like, come on, girl.
Right.
Crazy. That's crazy to think it was all your fault.
Yes.
It's Drew's fault. He's the psycho.
So on the plane back from Croatia, Britt wakes up falling asleep on Jason's shoulder. That was funny.
She's all happy and then she's horrified. She's like, I can't believe I was leaning on him. I don't need you. And he's like, okay.
Jason still has a lot of questions for Britt, but she is not up for answering them right now.
Because she's hiding something. She's hiding something big, and she doesn't like to lie to him, so she's blowing him off.
She wants nothing to do with Jason as the plan because she still feels that he always puts Carly and her family first.
But can I have like $40 for a cab? Because I don't have any money.
He hands her all the money in his wallet, all the cash.
She's like, wait, I always tip. Do you have more than 40? How much money do you have on you? And he pulls out like a wad of hundreds and just goes, here, you can take it. Just gives her a bunch of money.
That was hilarious. It was so funny.
I love them two together so much. Make this work, guys. I love it.
So Liesl is at the cafe and she's really excited to bump into Rocco and Charlotte and Outback. And Outback ends up running out the door and runs away. And Rocco and Charlotte,
he ate through his leash. She ate through her collar and leash.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is not uncommon for a beagle.
No. Rocco and Charlotte chase after Outback, and then Rocco returns and he has a terrible gash on his head for running into a branch on the tree. So Rocco wants Liesl to patch him up, she says you need to go to the hospital.
I'm sorry, but you need stitches.
Stitches, right?
And she has to talk him into it because, like, he doesn't want Lulu to know that he's with Obrecht.
Yes.
So again, now he's hiding things again. So he has to, because of that.
Meanwhile, Nina goes to see Lulu at her house, and she was trying to convince him to get on board with Brennan's plan to let Charlotte see Valentine. So Nina says that Lulu has a chance to play hero to her daughter.
Get control of the narrative.
And then control the narrative. And then this kind of like was an interesting conversation because Lulu and Nina don't have the best relationship, best past, but I feel like I did enjoy this scene with them.
I liked it because Nina was like, you could say no, right? And put yourself in a position for your daughter to be angry with you. Or you could control the scenario, give her what she wants, and be the hero in this scene. And she does explain to her that she may not be talking about her father to you, but she's talking about her father every single time she talks to me because of how much she misses him. Right. And like, this was like, for Lulu, a shock because Charlotte has not been talking about it. I'm surprised
to hear this because Charlotte.
The kids are hiding things from her because she's not an open parent. They can't tell her things.
Yeah, so Rocco calls Lulu and lets her know that he's going to GH to get stitches, and he admitted to running into Liesl. Lulu figures she might need a buffer, so she invites Nina to come along. So
which is weird. I like that they're getting along, though.
I do too.
I like when everybody gets along. Like, you have to have your enemies, but then you have your group of besties.
Yeah. So at the hospital, Lucas questions Carly, who is adamant that she threatened Drew's life and meant it, but she is not the one who shot him.
She's like, yeah, I did it, but I didn't shoot him.
But I meant it.
I meant it, and I would do it, but it wasn't me this time.
Yeah, right. Laura Wright was so funny in that scene. I just loved her.
She was great. Yeah.
So we're back in Drew's room, and Willow wonders what he remembers, and Drew can't recall who shot him. And then he says, "That's the thing about memories; they might come back." So
traumatic memories just arrive whenever. I'm like, get out of here!
He is surprised to learn that Tracy was the one who found him and called 911 and everything.
And do you think he's going to be grateful?
No,
No.
Absolutely not. So then Carly comes stomping in, and Drew argues
I
that
love how you love the word stomping.
I do. I don't know what should I say instead of stomping.
I don't know. I just like it. It's one of your words you like to use when people are coming in and out of scenes. They don't come in; they just stomp their way in.
Stomp her way in, yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Drew argues that if Michael hadn't been arrested yet, then he would be soon. So there's a lot of bickering going on, and Carly storms out. But Drew was just awful as normal.
Carly is like, you could do the best thing ever here, and you could let that little girl see her family. You could reconsider. And she's like, this isn't for me. This has nothing to do with us and our crappy relationship. This is to do with Sam and what she wanted for her kid. And she's like, but you don't care about that, do you? And he doesn't. No. He's like, Sam's dead. That's what he says. Like now, like whenever people bring up Sam, he's like, she's dead. Who cares?
Right.
Like, damn, Drew, cold.
Oh, bro. So Drew is alone with Will, and he suggests that Michael is going down for this. And Willow says that she's totally okay with Drew framing Michael for his shooting. As long as she gets her kids back, she doesn't care. Willow, you're so far gone, I don't even know who you are anymore.
And yet some people like them together.
Yeah, Kaiwan, you love them together. Please explain. Drew suddenly suggests traumatic memories could come back, which you mentioned. Yep. So then Dante shows up at Jacinda's hotel suite where Michael emerges shirtless, coming out of the bathroom, and it looks like they had just made love.
First off, he demands to be let inside, and she's like, okay. Yeah. Even though she's in a robe and lingerie, he forces his way in, and then you get to see what you get to see, okay? Mm-hmm. And then he's like, put some clothes on. I'm like, dude, you busted in here. If we were naked, that's on you.
Yeah, right?
Also, this is entirely staged.
Yeah, completely staged. And Dante buys it because he's not a good detective.
Yeah. He's just disappointed that his brother would sleep with Jacinda.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, rude. She's a very beautiful girl. And if she wants to get paid for it, she should.
Right. So Jacinda backs up Michael's story, and then she steps out of the room. Dante worries that Michael was paying her off to be her alibi and didn't like the look of her. So Dante gets summoned to the hospital because of Rocco, and then okay, so it's established that both Jacinda and Michael's best interest to have an alibi, so they are helping each other out, which you talked about. Mm-hmm. Carly assumes Anna would want to find out, is going to find out that she threatened Drew's life, so she goes to see her and admits to it.
She preemptively walks in the office and goes like, just so you know, I threatened to kill Drew. Yeah. But I was with Jack Brennan all night, and I didn't do it because I'd probably tell you. And Anna's like, what the hell?
That's a convenient alibi.
Everyone in this town knows each other, Anna. All of them are convenient.
So Carly is defending Brennan to her right as Jason walks in the doorway and says he needs to talk to Anna now. And Carly's like, you don't want to talk to me? So he's like, no, I want to talk to Anna.
He's like, I'll catch up with you later. Get out. I need to talk to Anna alone.
Oh, yeah. Carly was probably pissed. Like, she didn't look as pissed as I thought she would be, but yeah.
I think she was surprised. I don't think she had time to be angry. She was too much like, what is happening? Why wouldn't he want to talk to me?
All right, so then we get into Liesl, Rocco, Dante, Lulu, and Nina all being at General Hospital. Rocco goes off to get his stitches, but others are waiting there along with Elizabeth when Britt walks into the hospital in a grand return to Fort Charles.
She kind of slinks in. Right. She's just like sneaking in to get her prescriptions off the main floor for whatever.
I don't know if you've ever watched Britt's return scenes, like in her runs, but they're all very similar and they're fun. Like they're so fun. So we have Lulu struggles to process the sight of Britt and says, "I thought you were dead." And she goes, "Well, believe it or not, Lulu, I'm back."
And even Liz was like, "What?"
Like, Britt? Oh my god, but Liesl of course had the best reaction, fainting in Nina's arms, and Britt is of course very concerned about her mother. Mutter. All right, well, we'll get back to that in a second. We'll talk about Emma and Gia for a second. Emma and Gia are chatting about her plan being on track for Professor Dalton. Dalton eventually arrives and gets a phone call about a shipment that is coming, so Emma assumes that it involves the animal testing, and she felt she's going to have it where she wants it. However, Gio has bad news about Outback and says he vanished. And so that's basically where I think that's where.
Somebody find the dog. I'm worried about the dog.
Yeah, they haven't found the dog yet.
Find the baby.
So we're back at GH. Liesel comes to and says that she thought she saw Britta. She's hallucinating. And then Britt says, "No, Mutter, I'm really here." So cute. I love how she calls her Mutter, or how she does it. I can't.
It's Mutter, like Mutter.
Mutter.
Yeah, German. Well, I think it's German. It could be
German, yeah. Mm-hmm.
German for mother.
Liesel embraces Britt and admits that she has so many questions about how this is even remotely possible. Britt promises to provide answers later, and she accepts a hug from Nina, who's also happy that she is back. Britt finds out that Ben is at the hospital. I love when Lulu's face when she called her Ben was epic.
My personal theory is that Britt is incredibly uncomfortable in this entire sequence of events, and she took the opportunity to bait Lulu immediately to like get back on kind of like her regular footing.
Yeah. Well, Britt wants to see Rocco, and Lulu and Dante say no, absolutely not. They want to discuss things to Rocco first before, bring the
Well, it was funny because she wanted to know if Rocco was okay, and Dante was like, "Our son is none of your concern."
Yeah,
and she's like, "Okay, I only birthed him."
Right. Okay, so I think Lulu and Dante are a little self-righteous in these scenes, but like I get where they're coming from, but at the same time, I'm like, yeah.
I don't know if I don't know how to take them. I think they feel very threatened and upset that these people are back in their lives because as much as we love Britta, she traumatized the crap out of this couple.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then for her to call Rocco Ben was just like a dig. It was like a bridge too far, and she really shouldn't have done it, but I kind of feel like, I don't know. It felt to me like, you know how if you go back to a high school reunion and you kind of fall back into bad habits? It felt like that in that moment.
It kind of was like that. You're right. Yeah. So Nina and Liesel and Britt go back to Nina's place, and that's where Liesel wants answers about how Britt is still alive. So Britt confesses that she was approached about a research position shortly before Heather Weber's attack on the pier. That was real, but her death was not. But that's all we know so far.
Right.
So she didn't want Liesel to watch her fade away due to her Huntington's, and Liesel fumes over this and letting her think that her own daughter died in her arms was even worse. So I love when she said that. But it was like,
and then Britt was like, "I did it for you," and she was not happy with that.
No, then Liesel slapped her across the face.
I was like, "What?" I got very excited.
That's when I was like, "Oh my God, get ready when I sexted you."
Oh man, but there were so many moments like that. Literally, her sleeping on Jason's shoulder was like big for me.
So we're at GH, and Lucas is giving Rocco some stitches on Elizabeth, and he gets a hint that Elizabeth needs more time, and so he says, "Well, we have new protocols, buddy. We gotta, it's gonna take a little more time than we thought.
We're gonna double cleanse it. Make it words."
Yeah. So then Rocco goes home with Dante and Lulu, and they sat down with Charlotte and with him and Charlotte as well, and then they admit that Britt is still alive and showed up at GH.
Why are you doing this? The dog's still on the loose. We could talk about this while we're finding the dog.
Come on.
The whole time, Rocco's like, "Oh, did you find Outback?" And they're like, "No." And then they go in the house. He's like, "Is this about Outback?" Because he's focused on the dog, and they're just like, "No, Britt's alive."
Yeah.
And it's just like, but you left the dog outside. Go find the dog.
So Rocco does realize that he was kept away from Britt and does not happy about this at all.
Nope.
And Lulu said they want to take their time in how to handle all this. So in Anna's office, Jason confronts her about Jocelyn and knowing that she was in the WSB. Anna is apologetic for hiding WSB, her WSB status from Jason, but she points out that Brennan had her in a tight spot and she could have got.
She also pointed him in the direction to find out on his own. She could not legally tell him, but she made it so he could find out. She did the best she could for him, and he's mad.
Yeah, but Jason's still not pleased with this.
Whatever, grow up.
No, I think Anna did the right thing, and I don't
She did, and Jason's acting like a baby. He thinks their friendship means that he gets every little piece of information he wants or needs at any time. But it's not reciprocal because she doesn't get any information about Sonny when she needs it. He just gives her, vague book answers and does whatever he wants whenever he wants. So like this is really a challenge to him because now he's in a tough spot of he knows that Jocelyn's a WSB agent and Carly doesn't. And both Jocelyn and Anna are not going to tell her.
Yeah.
And he can't tell her because he promised Jocelyn he wouldn't. So I think he's more mad that Jocelyn put herself in this dangerous position and there's nothing he can do about it. And he's taking it out on Anna.
Yes, I agree.
That's my read on it anyway.
No, I think that's a very accurate read for sure. So Anna pushes for details on what down in Croatia, but Jason urges her to ask Brennan and stomps off.
He stomps off too!
Yes. So in Australia, I don't know why in Australia. So long story short, Jocelyn and Vaughn have sex. Gross. I don't know why.
I think they went there because she was supposed to be there. So I think they went
the cover story. Yeah, it was to.
I think they went there to corroborate the cover story and also to regroup because she didn't know if they were going to put her back under or if they were going to pull them, and she didn't know if she should go home. So they went there to establish their alibi.
So, okay, I don't know if we're supposed to buy Jocelyn and Vaughn as a couple because I don't know if she's just doing this for trauma sex. I don't know what her agenda is.
I think Jocelyn has been traumatized by every relationship she's had with a blonde guy. I really wish she'd stop dating them. And it's weird for me. I think they look like Ken and Barbie. I don't really like them together at all. Obviously, my feelings on Vaughn are clear. He sucks. I don't believe in their relationship. I feel like I think she trauma bonded to him and he is taking advantage of that. I don't know. And Brennan was furious when he saw that they were in bed together because that's not professional.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be agents on a case. He's supposed to be her handler and he took the immediate jump into her bed as soon as he could.
So Brennan gives them a minute to get dressed, and then he
again. Everybody's like, "Get dressed!" Like you keep bursting into people's bedrooms, you're gonna see people naked.
Yes. So Vaughn and Jocelyn explain everything that happened in Croatia.
Vaughn does not button up his shirt. It's annoying.
The cover was blown. This sat in the third, and then Brennan admits that they put it together. That Colette was the one who.
Oh my God, he was so upset that Jason knew. Because he is in the shit now because Jason knows. And he's like, no, Carly's going to know my relationship.
Well, Jocelyn did swear Jason to secrecy about this. So I don't know if Jason's. I think
Jack doesn't know that, though.
He does not know that.
All he knows is Jason, Carly's best friend, knows.
Yeah, so Brennan might have to make a move to keep Jason quiet. So I don't know what that will be.
I think his move will be he has to tell Carly before Jason does.
Yes.
If he's smart, that's the move.
If he's smart, that's what he'll do. But I don't know.
I don't know if he can though, because then he has to admit that he lured her into the WSB.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because Anna is so upset, and Anna made a parallel between the two of them, which I loved, where she said that Sonny was as bad as the WSB because they both put a gun in our hand and pointed us in the wrong direction. And he's like, "That's not what my relationship with Sonny was." And she's like, "Really? Wasn't it?"
Yeah.
And I was like, it absolutely was, but Jason can't see that or his whole personality would crumble.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a 10th year of therapy revelation for him.
Last thing I want to talk about is Brick and Sonny. So Brick tells Sonny that he made it look like that Drew was the one who gave Judge Haran the $1 million payoff. So that'll be interesting development. I'm not sure where they're going with that, but I think Drew's definitely going to go down for something he didn't do, which is kind of silly. But
also don't skip the part where Brick and Carly are flirting shamelessly in front of Sonny, and I was dying laughing. I think they're so cute. I love when they do that.
Right.
And Sonny's like, now stop it. Stop flirting in front of me.
Yeah, that's when Carly comes along and reveals that Jason is back in the midst of seeing him in his office, and led her to admitting to Sonny while she was there. Sonny tells Carly and Brick about her threat to kill Drew, which she needed to get ahead of. There was talk about Michael. Brick wonders if Carly was trying to steer attention off of him instead. Carly doesn't think Michael was guilty, but she had concerns about Drew taking him down anyway.
Mm-hmm.
that's when Brooke suggests that they have a plan. They're gonna. So I'm excited for this. It's gonna be interesting.
Brooke is just like, oh, like you're so beautiful,
Yes.
and she's like, I would have did my makeup if I knew you were here. And he's like, you don't need makeup. You're gorgeous. And Sun's like, stop it now.
So funny.
I love that. Their relationship is adorable every time. They could have a one night stand if this Jack Brennan thing doesn't work out. Just one time. Just one time.
Yeah. Also, there was talk of Brad with Elizabeth and Lucas.
My favorite thing, Lucas was like, I should call Brad and let him know that Britt's alive. Britt's his best friend. I should definitely call Brad. And Liz is like, why the hell would you call your ex?
Like, no, don't
do that. And
he probably already knows.
Lucas is like, you think he knows? I don't think he knows.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll talk about it in speculation. That's one of the things I want.
I love Liz and Lucas.
Yeah, me too. That was so good.
Oh, I love that they have best friends now. We're back to having best friends. I missed this.
Yeah. Well, anything else you want to mention? Anything you want to add?
I love a lot of it. I thought this was an incredibly good week. Britt is amazing in every scene she's in. I just kept thinking, like, wow, I have really missed this. Like, the more comedic actors in the dramatic parts, like Maxie does this, Liesl does it, Britt, Scotty. But, like, we haven't really had most of them for a long time. We only had Maxie holding down the fort for a long time. And as soon as Liesl shows up, that kind of dark sense of humor returned to the show immediately. And it's really made the episode so much more fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time. This whole adventure they did at the Five Poppies, as dumb as some of it was because Vaughn. Like, the rest of it was very, very good and exciting and entertaining and incredibly like the 80s. So I don't know who's been watching the storyline with. If you can watch this, you can we talk about it. But if you want to watch the storyline with all of them and the WSB and the microfilm and Robert and Holly and all of them, it's so much like this. It's like so kind of dumb and funny and great. And I've been enjoying the hell out of it, to be honest.
Nice.
Also, Jason getting into the middle of it and rescuing everyone again. Jason, take a day off for serious.
Also, I want to just say, like, Drew, we need payoff for Drew. Like, Drew, this whole shooting, there's no payoff right now. I hope it's coming. I'm guessing they're setting up this whole bribery thing with the judge and Drew going down for that. So we'll see. I think it would be wonderful for that to be the payoff. I think it could go in a number of different ways, which obviously we'll talk about in speculation. But, like, I think you are trying to count your chickens before they hatched. You're like, this payoff isn't any good. I'm like, this payoff hasn't happened yet. This is the beginning of the payoff. All right, everyone. We're going to wrap up this edition of Queers and Soap. This is This Week on GH. We'll be back soon with another episode. We do have a clip of the week this week. So the nominees are Ava and Christina team up to explain Rick's absence. Very funny. Britt returns to Port Charles, and then Jason saves the day in Croatia. So please join us on Patreon and find out who won. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.